My name is Oliver Chalk and I am a spirited maker in wood and I'm based in Canterbury. The ethos for my project Found.Wood has just been to allow creativity and expression through exploration and curiosity, and turning it into a philosophical inquiry into what I am capable of and things that allow me to express myself in what I've always considered unconventional language, to sort of allow people to see me purely through the act of creation is something that I feel is very beneficial for myself and to find my place in the world. This workshop is my home. I find it to be the place where I can think, process all the strains and stresses just of society, and to be able to come into the workshop and just be so involved in something that I can forget myself. It's my sanctuary. So to me, being spirited has always been quite important with anything that I engage with. I'm pretty selective about what I decide to involve myself with, and once I've sort of decided that it's something that I'm interested in, I will do my best to figure out what this opportunity and this experience is going to bring to me. To be spirited just would be the enthusiasm, the excitement that I gain and I can give to a project. My design background comes from working in fabric over the past decade, and since the pandemic I made the change to working with a more sustainable industry and just with the materials involved. Through working with fabric, I just understood my love for process and how important it is to me. The concept of getting to the end goal, or the end goal being the reason why I would even engage with something, isn't what I've understood that is important to me. The process is all that really matters, and with the wooden pieces, they're the token of my process rather than being the be-all end-all. My process generally begins from seeing what material I have around me. I'm never going out to source new material. I always want to use what is around and what has either been stormfallen or offered to me by tree surgeons. I have a starting point in my head, a form, and then once I've mounted the piece of wood, I always would like to allow the material to speak and offer it a chance to become what it wants to be. Never having any music on in the workshop, it really allows me to focus on what I'm doing, the sights and smells, the feelings of making something. Just feeling my way through the process has always been the most important aspect of it. The pieces at the end are really just a token and residue of that process. With regards to material, if I have a starting point, an idea, I will look through the repertoire of experience that I've had with the materials, feel that there's certain aspects of that material that I can heighten through a certain surface. If it's, a really highly detailed carved piece or a more raw aesthetic that I'm looking for, if I wanted it to be a really warped organic piece, then I would definitely work with a species that would allow that to be facilitated. Or if I was looking to really create a highly carved piece, I might look for something a little bit more stable. For me, the surface is the most important part of my pieces, and the first thing you want to do when you see something that you are excited by or curious to see what it is to touch. So that element of touch is really important with my work, because that's how my work is made. There's just something about the essence of wood that is deeply appealing. The smell of it, the feel of it, the unknowns that reside within it. It's a deeply humbling experience to work with something that is older than you, to be able to pick up a piece of material that has had its own life and then to add something to it from my side, and to have this dialogue between the material and maker is something that I really enjoy about my practice. The challenge of taking an untrodden route, to be able to appreciate the value gained from the challenge, from doing things that are hard for you, things that are scary, things that are difficult. I believe there's an inherent value to be found through that challenge and that pursuit of exploration and curiosity. Convenience has never been something that I've been able to inhabit within my practice. I never go about things in the formal way. I always seem to find myself traveling down a very different path to a standard traditional one. To be able to reinvent myself in a more sustainable and positive way has been the highlight of my life. There's always room for new materials. I have recently started casting my work in bronze through wanting to explore the surfaces that I've created in wood into bronze and to be able to explore further. I have energy for clay, stone, glass, marble. These are all lifelong endeavors. I will be branching out into other materials at some point. The meeting point of two materials is where exciting things happen. If you're able to find the balance between the materials and their attributes, wonderful things can happen. During the pandemic, I needed to find a new outlet for my need to make things. And being a climber, the first thing that sprang to mind was that I needed to build a climbing wall. But it really was the starting point to my adventure within wood. Once the structure was up, I bought some holds, and then I was obviously going to start making some myself. There was a shape that I was unable to achieve, so I bought a lathe. I just knew that this is what I was going to do, and I invested in the best lathe I could find, and it's a beautiful machine, and I have wonderful, wonderful days spent in my workshop working on it. The highlight of my career over the past few months has been a solo show at Gallery 57 in Arundel. The time and space that Anne has offered me over the years of having a number of group shows is something that I will always hold in high regard. Recently travelling to Italy to present my work to Calpa has been another career highlight that I still have to pinch myself. To have my work among so many esteemed artists that I greatly respect, and I look forward to using this energy created through these experiences to producing more interesting work.